What's up, guys? Back at it, round 2, day 2, day 1 million. Sorry the heater's running in the back. It's kind of cold today, but we're back on the Porsche. I did a couple things today, which I will show you. Didn't get it on video, but don't worry, because we got plenty of action, plenty of more stuff. I've been designing parts. I need to make a lot of stuff. I got a bunch of parts today, which I'll show you now. And let's get to it. So I got these today, which you cannot tell because this is a video, but these are titanium, and this bag of 10 lug nuts weighs nothing.
They're so heavy.
Absolutely nothing. It's got to hit your hand.
Oh, God. Dude, I can't move. Help. Oh, God. We go to the hospital.
I also got these stupid ass lug nuts, or lug studs. Fucking 80 millimeter wheel studs. 80 millimeters in the stock, I think, is 45. I've had this guy a while. You've seen it before, but there's a thermostat in there now, so that's cool. I got these also from Elephant Racing. I've spent a ton of money from Elephant Racing, or with Elephant Racing, in the last couple weeks. And these are my other parts. And then we got more parts over here. Got the Q45 projectors, which I was playing with a little bit today. And I got something cooking for these, so I'll show you what's good. Corey's got something to say.
Budget build. Budget.
A couple of our friends were making fun of me because I said this was going to be a budget build, and I bought HREs and expensive coilovers and APR carbon fiber mirrors, and
He spent more in parts than I have into my entire Evo.
thank God, because that thing's worthless.
No, it's not.
Trash.
Faster than your Porsche.
Except there's a cool sticker on it. This is Shinka. This is Corey's girlfriend's dog. Look at it. Look at him. He doesn't like me for some reason. Look.
He's kind of a bitch.
I don't know why. Also, I want to give a shout out to my man, Corey, right there, for sandblasting a bunch of parts for me. This is the brake adapter thing. The brake booster goes to here. This is the little brake lever rod, hood hinge or trunk hinge. That's a hood hinge. They're all over the place. We got parts.
If it were to stop raining, I could sandblast the rest of it.
Yeah, the humidity's making the sandblaster be a bitch. But rear wheel hubs. So all this stuff is either getting zinc plated or powder coated. Those will be powder coat. I think these might be zinc because that's what they came factory. Probably powder coat that. Maybe paint these just to match the body. Stuff like that. A lot of work. We're going to be doing the yellow zinc plating on these in-house, and me and Corey are going to be experimenting with that. So that'll be a fun time. And then over here is where I was playing with the getting the Q45 projectors to fit. This one was kind of shitty anyways, so I just cut it up, and I didn't like it, so I'm just going to CNC cut a bunch of stuff. So first thing, I'm going to notch this just a little bit. Currently it clears the trans, but I just want to take a little notch out of it. Probably just go to this line. Really just so I can get a little extra clearance because we're really tight right now. And then if I want to shift the motor forward at all, I can do that. So I'm going to start by cutting it out with that, and then making some pieces and welding them in. So here's what it looks like with this chunk cut out. You can see a little bit better from up there. This is the piece. I had to cut real deep to cut this like torsion bar thing. And obviously if you're going to be running torsion bar, you don't want to do this. Still pretty hot. Fuck. So yeah, basically got rid of this because I'm going to be running coilovers. And I got these guys. So I'm going to cut out a piece for this and cut out some pieces for this. But first I'm gonna clean it out in here and probably spray some primer or something. There's a bunch of grease because these torsion bars get greased up. And we'll weld it up, and that guy will be good. And then we'll work on the vertical camber adjustments that I was talking about in the last video. And here's the 3 pieces cut out on the plasma table. So I get a nice smooth cut there. And it's quicker anyways, and costs less in cutting supplies and whatnot. So these go about like that. They don't match up perfectly there, but on here, they do match up pretty perfectly. See if I can get my stupid hand out of the way. There we go. Boom, and then it gives me a nice welding spot on the top and on the sides. So let's weld them in. And I got all that welded in place. These welds look like shit. And you can see this yellow, that's from the zinc, or galvanized plating, basically zinc, which is still on the inside of this tube, even though, you know, the outside got sandblasted and there's no more galvanized on that. So be careful if you're welding that stuff. These came out decent because it's, you know, clean mild to clean mild. Then I cut this guy, which I am testing fitting these guys in place. Need to do a couple modifications to them, but for now I moved up here and I'm working on some rust repair. So I got that guy cut out, got that guy fixed already, that guy cut out, the big one cut out there. Need to cut out basically that whole chunk, that little square there, and then most of this goes. So this is the piece underneath the brake booster. Got some rust probably from the master cylinder leaking. So I traced a piece of paper over this, cut it out to here, and now I got to do some shaping and bending to get this to roughly be the same shape as this. It doesn't have to be perfect, but has to fit in there and clear the brake booster. So here's that piece welded in place. Still need to do like a little bit of hammer and dolly work, get some of like the dents out, and then grind all the edges down. It's not going to be perfect, sort of like this repair, you know, somewhat visible, but I don't really care because this will be under the brake booster and stuff. I'm not going to show you how I go about shaping it because I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to this. I just smack it with a hammer. Got a good selection of hammers down here. Got an anvil from Harbor Freight. And then I have this guy, which is a huge help. It's concaved in there, and then it's flat on this side. And it gives me a nice little, you know, thing to beat it into and shape it up and stuff.
That's what that's what Matt beats his meat on.
Yeah, Corey.
He just
I beat my thumb on it though. I did that. That was rough. I also shaped up these guys and welded them on. So that one right there, this one right here. And this one was complicated. This was a tough guy. All those bends and bends curve and all kinds of stuff.
That's the one you smashed your thumb on.
I think this is the one I smashed my thumb on. Fuck this guy. I need to make this one. I'm probably going to fill these in. These are for the fender mounts. All those. I got another hole. Totally weird hole right here. I don't know what happened there.
I have a question for you, Matt.
Yeah, Corey.
Do you think this Porsche went to church a lot? Because it's pretty holy.
Comment below and tell Corey how bad that joke was. Anyways, yeah, he's right though. It is pretty holy. I got holes all over the place. So these things right there, I'm probably going to drill them out just to get rid of like the rust and then just fill it in with a straight weld. This, I'm going to have to cut a little tiny panel or a little tiny square and make a little panel, weld it in. This one's going to be tough. This one's going to be tougher. And then this one right here, I'm worried about. This is a tough one, and it's semi-visible. It's all kinds of stacked layers. And then this one's rough as well. There's my finger right there. So this one has the trunk hinge, which is what you see there. That's the trunk hinge. A little out of focus, but so I might have to cut the trunk hinge out, fix the rust, and then weld the trunk hinge back into place. And then also probably want to fix these dents a little bit and a million other things. So I took a break from the rust repair and I designed this. This is the old transmission mount. It bolted to the factory locations and to the WRX trans. And this worked. I still needed to clean it up, but it was, the right dimensions and stuff. I would have rounded all these edges and, cleaned up all the holes and whatnot. But now that I have this guy, my CNC plasma table, which I didn't have when I made this, I designed and cut out this guy. So it's basically, the same idea, except it says SF on it. You already know. I put, let's see if we can see them. I put those little things, so I'm gonna weld there, top and bottom. Probably gonna TIG weld this, and this will be a product that will most likely end up on my website for sale, even though it's a pretty uncommon thing. And actually I can see it needs a bit of modification. I must have messed up some dimension on SolidWorks, but this slot right here should line up with that slot, which is for the bolts. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty good. The letters came out pretty clean, and this is fresh off the plasma cutter, so you can see it still has slag on it. And then I added that little slot just to cut a little bit of weight off of it. And even though this is steel, I'm sure it weighs just a little bit more. I'll get an actual weight measurement, but I really don't care about weight. And it looks cooler, and I'll get this powder coated to match all my suspension components and whatnot. And then this truss style, the triangles, you're gonna be seeing a lot of that throughout the car. Using the same design for the front cross member that I'm designing, and the custom coilover front suspension setup rather than the factory torsion bar stuff. So yeah, you'll be seeing a bunch of this. So the issue I had with this one is it's a shorter piece overall, but I measured these slots from the edge, so you can see it works there, but there it doesn't work. Actually, fuck that thing. So I revised it, and that worked perfectly. And Corey's doing his usual hard work. So now I got to clean these up with the wire wheel, which I usually use the smaller version of that, which is here it is. I usually use one of these, super violent, and knock all the slag off, and then gonna TIG weld it just so it looks pretty for when I'm on build biology and they're up under the car. I got to make sure it looks hot. Well, I'm super hyped on it. It looks sick. It says SF on it. But right now we're gonna weigh it up and see, for no reason at all. 2.9 pounds, and then 1.26. So it weighs twice as much, but I don't care. It looks cool. I could have totally cut a little section out of there and some stuff out of there if I really cared about weight reduction. But it weighs twice as much, but it's also twice as cool, and it's also only 1 pound, so it doesn't really matter to me. So basically all those are going to get TIG welded, And then I'll probably get this powder coated to match all my other stuff. Here is what I'm getting powder coated. This is all going black for sure. And then my suspension arms may be black, or they may be one of these colors. So that one. I think this one, yeah, this one's my personal favorite. That one. That one, which is like, that one's like a satin color. That there. Or this one, which is textured. You can feel it through the camera. Yeah. So, let me know which one you like. This one's my favorite. Either that one or black. So, let me know what your choice is. I decided to go ahead and order a couple rust repair panels. One of which is, nope, this, because there's a lot of junk. There's a lot of junk up in there. This edge is crusty. All that. That's not too pretty. And then I ordered this panel, which I'm not sure how big it is, because it's got a bunch of stuff there, and then I also have to go in. I have to go in there, which would be a lot easier if this piece is out of the way, which would be a lot easier if I replace it while I'm there. Same thing on this side. Got a lot of junk there and there. Not too much there, and not too much in here. Not too bad in there. And I also found that piece, which is the hood strut mount. I found one of those because I had to cut this side out and it was all crusty under there. And then this right here, I'm going to put some OSFO on just to, prevent it from rusting because it'll be under other sheet metal. And then, yeah, just make a couple. This I'll be able to do in probably 2 or 3 patch panels, maybe even 4. Because I have this flat section, which goes all the way over into there. I have this outside panel. And then I also have a little bit of this panel here, basically this sidewall. Fill that in and meet the bottom line. So a lot of panels to make, even just for that one little section, which is kind of a big section, to be completely honest. But a lot of panels to make. All right, and that's it for this video. It's 4 in the morning, as usual. I got to get some sleep. I got some parts coming tomorrow. So hopefully we can get those installed and get to work on some other stuff. I got some customers' hood vents that I'm making. And then I also started reorganizing the shop a little bit, put the bandsaw there, because I ordered a Bailey magnetic sheet metal brake, which is really cool. I'm going to be able to make some really cool stuff with it for the Porsche, and also for sale for the Porsche and other chassis. And yeah, just got to organize things and make things fit in the shop. But yep, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video on the Porsche. We're going to do some cool stuff soon.